I got a comment on my video called Bodhisattvahood Stage 8, Immovability, Part 3. And in that excerpt from Chapter 26 of the Flower Ornament Scripture, or the Avatamsaka, my friend said, although there seems equality in the stages, this stage seems unique. And my response was, yes, this stage is unique. The 8th stage is a key milestone where there is no turning back, where continuing on the path seems effortless and natural, and yet where the commitment to fulfill the vows by using skillful means to turn the great Dharma wheel is stronger than ever. All this, however, can only come to be in the context of the support provided by the Buddhas. So I do believe, and I have believed for a long time, that the 8th stage of the Bodhisattva path is a key milestone, really. That, again, this notion of irreversibility, that at that stage, the idea of turning back is no longer a viable one for the Bodhisattva. And again, many of the practices or exercises of skillful means in the context of the compassion that evolves from following the Buddha path, these are practiced in a much more natural way. It's no longer a matter of great effort. I think there's a metaphor or an image in one of the sutras where it talks about being like a person having a dream, and they're trying to cross a river and they're having difficulty, they're struggling in order to get across this river because of the waves, the stones at the bottom, whatever. It's very difficult to do. And then they wake up and it's like, it's easy. There's no problem at all. This idea of a difficult trek through a body of water is no longer relevant. In other words, that again, it all becomes much more natural. And again, from another standpoint, there's a kind of immovability or irreversibility about this 8th stage. Of course, we have to qualify this by saying that once the Bodhisattva goes even further beyond to the 9th stage, to the 10th stage, which is the Dharma Mega or cloud stage, which is virtually equivalent to being the Tathagata, that what we learn is that the whole idea of stages is itself a skillful means. And what an amazing thing it is to learn that all of these various teachings are provisional, that the ultimate teaching is one of inconceivability. And that's why in the context, for example, of the Shin Buddhist belief system, Shinran talks about Amitabha Buddha being a Buddha of infinite light, a Buddha of inconceivable light, a Buddha of unhindered light. Because again, we keep coming back to this idea of the ultimate truth or ultimate reality being such that it can't be grasped or understood through conceptual means alone. And at the end of the day, the articulation of the path, no matter how sublime and profound the text of the Avatamsaka Sutra, they're still words. And ultimately, the truth lies in the experience. And again, this, coming back around again, this 8th stage is talking about an experience. It's talking about an experience of full-fledged commitment to the vows in such a way that there can be no reversal. No obstacles from this point on can get in the way of final fruition, which is Buddhahood. Now, all that said, can we attain Buddhahood in this life? I don't think so. I certainly can't. Now, whether there is a person every millennia who can manifest the attributes of Buddhahood in a full-fledged way in the context of a Nirmanakaya kind of manifestation in the way that Shakyamuni did, I don't know. But there is a question really of what is the nature of the Buddha nature that lies within us? Is it something that truly has the potential for being manifested in this life, or is it something that that really we need to consider as being potential only, so long as we are faced with the three poisons of greed, anger, and ignorance or delusion that plagues us in the context of being in this human form? I'll leave that as a question for this video that y'all can answer maybe in the comments section, because recently I heard the opinion expressed that from a Shin Buddhist perspective, Shinran didn't believe that we had a Buddha nature. And again, that's something that I'm kind of batting around myself and trying to fathom in a deeper, more accurate way, insofar as it applies to myself. But I can state with some high level of assurance that I've tried to trek the Bodhisattva path. I've tried to really fulfill some of these aspirational kinds of practices. Excuse me. And for myself, I wasn't able to do it. So take that for what it's worth, and best to each of you in your own practice, in your own journey, as you follow the Buddhadharma in whatever way seems to resonate with your heart and mind. Namo Mita Bodhs. Namo Mita Bodhs. Namo Mita Bodhs.